Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. Indeed, in our nation, there's no prison, but we do make every effort to realize something. So thanks to all the Asgardian citizens for complying with the laws and regulations in the past period. I, or the Supreme Court, does not need to be involved in any court hearings in the past period. So thank you all. But I, as a Supreme Justice, was involved in a consultation, providing advices on several very important issues, including contractual and also legislation. So the court is placed to apply the law. We are grateful to the Parliament in the provision of legislation in a lawmaking. Yesterday, 8 laws were put forward for debate. I think this is a very good start. I'm very grateful for that. And it's very important for the court to apply the law, to be able to interpret the law in the whole process. In the long run, we will definitely need to see many more laws to come up. It's rather important to have basic laws to be legislated by the Parliament, including civil law, criminal law. I think these two are the most important and basic laws in a nation. Civil law deals with the relationship of individuals, private entities in daily transactions. Criminal law, as our head of nation has mentioned, has something to do with punishment and to make sure that the whole society will move ahead in order. So Asgardian legal system is essential to have all these basic laws which are closely related to our daily lives. Furthermore, it's rather important to look into the possibility to have procedural laws. Civil procedure law, criminal procedure law, and administrative procedure law. Sometimes we say that procedural rights are much more important than substantive rights. We need to have all these procedures in place to enforce, to implement the laws, to protect the rights and interests of private entities and individuals. So in this regard, I will, of course, be very happy to work very closely with the Chair for Justice and also Minister for Justice to make sure that these very important laws will come out in the near future. We always say that a legal system contains or consists of various laws: public law, private law, or substantive law, procedural law. We have to make sure that all the laws should be in place. But of course, we have to be very realistic. We have to be very pragmatic. That means we cannot see all the laws to be in place within 1 or 2 years. It takes some more time. So we should be patient, and also we need to start doing something. We should prioritize the laws for legislation. The law-making process is a long process, and we do need to make some choice, some selections, and of course, we need to have a priority. The Supreme Court should be operating in accordance with the law, including the laws on the court. A panel of justice should be instituted in all areas of laws, including civil, criminal, constitutional, and administrative areas. Furthermore, the justice should have a wide representation in all the important continents and also representing major legal system, which can include common law system, civil law system, socialist legal system, an Arabic or Islamic legal system. So I hope that in the long run, we will have all these justice in place, and I will work very hard to have all these in place in the near future. The objective of the judicial system is to ensure the rule of law and legal security for individuals and private entities. The rule of law means that every entity, every individual within the nation should abide by the law and that no one is above the law. Legal security means that administration of justice is transparent, predictable, and that all organizations and citizens in the nation are protected from any threat towards or criminal offenses against their personal safety, freedom, and property. So justice is to achieve the purpose of judicial justice. Judicial justice is the life and soul of the judiciary. It is a key and guarantee for implementing the strategy of governing the country according to law. At the same time, the pursuit of judicial justice is an eternal theme of judicial work. In order to prevent the corruption phenomena in the judicial system and abnormal interference handling, the planning of judicial system should be put in a high position. We should also put emphasis on the leadership system, institutional setup, supply of funds and assets, and staff turnover to reduce adverse interference and ensure that the principle of fair legal enforcement is implemented. We need to set up a transparent and accountable judiciary, in particular in terms of responsibility and power. Specifically, the judiciary should be set up in accordance with the principle of simple administration, unity, and high efficiency. We need to set up a judicial management system with efficient work model, coordinated operation, and standardized behavior to realize the rational allocation of judicial resources. Moreover, we should effectively and continuously improve the quality of judicial personnel and efficiency of judicial work, thereby improving the service quality of the judicial system. So in this regard, I would also mention about the challenges for the Supreme Court, for the court system, which includes the personnel, includes the budget allocation. And of course, we have every confidence to get the job done. The judicial system should facilitate Asgardian nationals to realize their justice and legitimate rights. As the judicial system serves the nationals, its planning and design should facilitate its citizens to seek judicial relief so that they can truly enjoy the protection of the law. It is necessary to pay attention to the convenience of the nationals in the planning of the judicial system. First, it is necessary to provide easy channels for the nationals to know and understand the judicial mechanism. Second, it is necessary to provide easy access for the citizens to seek judicial relief, eliminating the irrational mechanisms that waste time and money. The judicial system should take into account all kinds of reasonable contents and carry out planning with protecting the interests of majority of Asgardian citizens as a core consideration. The judicial system should prevent judicial corruption, the injustice of the judiciary, difficulty in filing a case, complaint, difficulty in adjudicating, difficulty in implementing, etc., so that the Asgardian judicial system could become the protecting umbrella for its people. I'm very pleased that our nation has already the important branch of the judiciary, which enjoys a separate and independent power. In this regard, I would like to emphasize about the importance of independence. The judiciary is a separate branch in our nation, parallel to the administration and legislation. And we will have to be very careful about the administration of justice in our nation. And this will, of course, rely on the high quality of the personnel, the justice, and also high quality of laws that to be implemented and enforced in our daily life. The Asgardian judiciary exercises the judicial power independently and free from intervention from administrative organs, legislative organs, and individuals. The judiciary in Asgardie should take the form of court, comprising of a presidium and the panels of constitutional, civil, administrative, and criminal proceedings, with wide representation in different continents. The Asgardian judiciary has a function to administer justice to the people of Asgardia. Supreme Court hears both criminal and civil cases, and on various occasions, I've mentioned that court hearings shall be held in person and also can use electronic system, the so-called online dispute resolution mechanism, ODR mechanism. We have already looked into the possibility of using the blockchain, etc. The high technologies should be well used and implemented. This, of course, has something to do with the IT issue. So in this regard, I'm sure that, again, I have to work very closely with the Parliament and the government. In particular, the Chair and Minister for Justice, and also Chair and Minister in IT area. So I will very much look forward to see the possibility to set up the online mechanism to deal with the dispute resolution process. When it comes to the online mechanism for dispute resolution, I'm not simply talking about the online litigation by the judge. We are also looking to the online negotiation, online mediation, and online arbitration. We should try to come up with a one-stop service for our Asgardian citizens to bring forward the convenience to our citizens. The one-stop services includes negotiation, mediation, arbitration, and litigation in one stop, one shopping. You can be able to resolve the issue. You don't really need to waste time looking around to find the way out. So in this way, I'm sure the judicial system will be very advanced and creative. Judicial system planning, if needed, can break through traditional and outdated rules. As a first space nation, Asgardian judicial system should be the first of its kind in the world. So as long as it is beneficial to the people and beneficial to the nation, we can boldly engage in pilot projects, seek development, be unconventional, strive for breakthroughs, and summarize and promote successful experiences to a certain extent. We should be able to learn from the failures. We should be able to gather the experience from the other countries. A lot of research has done how we can make sure that the high technologies will be used or successfully implemented in our system. I think self-enforcement mechanism will be rather important. So that means we will look into what kind of enforcement mechanism can be adopted. We cannot rely on external forces. So all these issues will need to be seriously considered and taken into account. So the court should facilitate full and independent justice in accordance with Asgardian's law, acts, and regulations. Justices shall be subject to the Constitution and laws of Asgardia. Court rulings should be mandatory for Asgardian citizens and all governmental bodies. With all these in place, and under the leadership of the head of nation, Dr. Ashbeli, I, as a Supreme Justice, has all confidence in effectively and efficiently administer national justice, along with my fellow colleagues in the judiciary, to provide a fair and transparent system to protect the interests of our nations. With this, I end my report. Thank you very much.